Her name's Jessica Fernley. Okay. And Jessica's a private coaching student, and we were working on a funnel for her. She's a business coach. And what she does is she helps people make more money from their existing business. So she doesn't teach people how to get new business. She doesn't teach people how to market. She teaches people how to take the existing clients or the existing revolving business that she has and pull more money out of it. All right. That's her thing. So I said to her, all right, well, let's figure out your funnel. Let's figure it out. So I asked her, I said, think of your best client, the one you've got the most results for. Tell me about him. So her result client is an architect named David. So I said, okay, Jessica, how much was David making when he first signed up with you before your coaching? Well, he was making $2,000 a month. Okay. After hiring you, what was he making? Well, she told me that he was making consistent $10K a month, and last month he actually had a record $17K. And I said, well, that's great. I said, now how did you do it? Can you specifically tell me tell me the top 3 things that you did? Okay, the top 3 things that you did to make this happen. So she said, well, we set sales targets. We reverse engineered his existing business, and we track sales. I said, okay, that's great. So we look over here. How did she do it? She helped him set sales goals. She showed him how to reverse engineer his business, and she showed him how to better track sales. That's how she did it. So I said, okay, that's great. That's fantastic. But it's a little boring. Let's call it some fancy names. People like fancy names. So I said, let's create a 3-step process and call it fancy names. What I did for David, created a sales scale, showed him result hacking, and showed him how to create a personalized customer journey. Now, this is the same stuff as this. It just has fancy names. And when people see something with fancy names, they're like, oh, well, what is that? Oh, what is result hacking? I got to learn that. It's enticing to people, okay? Plus, it's a little entertaining, and it's just a little better than just calling it a bland, boring name. So Jessica's freebie, and this title could change. This is just kind of what we came up with as a starting point. How to make more money from your existing business with a simple 3-step process. This is an okay title. We're probably going to work on this a little bit more depending. But this is a great start to this freebie title. I might call it how to double your business in 3 simple steps, or in these 3 simple steps, or free cheat sheet, or whatever we decide to do. But we just came up with this. So let's look a little bit further at how to implement this into the funnel. All right. So she does a Facebook ad. She mentions the pain of, having working a lot, but not making a lot from your existing business. She introduces herself and who she is. She mentions the results. So she's going to mention David, because that's what they want. They want to make more money from their existing business. And that's what David did. So she mentions it. Let me tell you about David. When David started with me, he was making $2,000 a month, and now he's making $17,000 a month, and this and that. So then we offer the bait. If you'd like to see how this can work for your business, I'd like to show you this 3-step process, very simple 3-step process that I use for David to take him from $2,000 to $17,000 a month, or 10, or whatever it is, $10,000 a month. And I'm going to give it to you for free. Just click the link in this ad, and I'll send you the video right over, whatever. So she goes to the landing page, and it's the same video as in the ad, preferably, with a big button to download the 3-step process. So the bait, which is the thank you page, is her value video. What I like to call it, like a mini webinar that you don't have to register for. It's just the video, which is on the thank you page, and that's her bait, teaching the 3-step process, 1, 2, 3. At the end of the video, if you would like help using this for your business, click this button, to complete a customer survey, see if we can work well together, and book a call. So they go to this customer survey. You ask questions, you make sure you're a good fit, and then there's the button to book the call. So she books the call. She uses Calendly to let them book a call, and then she gets on the call. She uses the 2-question close. Boom, done. The whole time, anybody that signed up at the landing page and visited the bait page but didn't visit the customer survey page, because you can actually create a custom audience, people who visited this page but didn't visit that page. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that in the coming modules, but I'm just saying that right now you can do that. So you would do that. You would retarget with micro value videos that go over only 1 step, link to bait video with a 3-step process. So let me explain this. What I want her to do is I want her to create this value video explaining the 3-step process, and then offering to show you how to do it with your business. And that's where this survey and the call booking comes in. Then I want her to break each step up and make 3 retargeting videos and target people who didn't finish watching, who didn't get to this step. And she's going to go into more detail on that one step. And then at the end of the video, she's going to say, if you would like to watch the full 3-step process and book a call with me to see how you can use this in your business, click the link included with this video. And that pushes them back to this page. And this page has the big button that takes them to this page, which takes them to this page, which gets them on the phone, and she gets her new client. So I hope you guys are seeing how this all works together, and, symbiotically to get them from looking at a Facebook ad in their newsfeed and getting them to that sale. This is just what I came up with for Jessica. So my question is, do you guys want to see my funnel for this course? All right. I'm actually going to show you my exact funnel that I did for this very course. And you guys all went through this funnel. All right. I'm going to show you, I'm going to break down what this funnel is. All right. This is the exact funnel that I used for this course launch. If you're watching a relaunch, I might have used a different funnel, but for this launch that I did in July of 2016, this is the exact funnel. Okay. This is the Dan Henry funnel. I know this is like, whoa. Okay, but let me go ahead and explain this. And this is my modification of it. This is how I made it happen. So I had two baits going on. And keep in mind, guys, this is an advanced funnel. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to think don't try to do this with your first one. This is advanced. All right. But let me break down what I did here. I had a free cheat sheet. This free cheat sheet was on my homepage of my website. And it was, I believe it was seven proven steps to creating, running, and profiting from Facebook ads. All right. And I also had free webinars that I did from time to time. And I did replays and stuff like that. And I ran ads to that. So this was actually organic because a lot of people read my Lead Pages article that I got interviewed on. And that mentioned the freebie, or they found me on my website, or people saw me in groups. So this really there wasn't a lot. I didn't actually run any Facebook ads to this. And then there was the webinars that I ran Facebook ads too. Okay. Landing page. I'm going to skip, obviously, I collected info, and both of these went to a thank you page where there was a very important thing that happened. I invited them to my private Facebook group. This was my call to action for my thank you page. Now I didn't say, oh, if you do this right now, because it really wasn't necessary in this particular instance. I just said, do me a favor and join my strategy group. But I put more bait out there. I said, I'm in there every day. I'm helping people. There's tons of entrepreneurs, both beginners and seasoned, when we all help each other. So I give them this bait. All they got to do is click on this link and join the Facebook group. So they did. And in this Facebook group, I continue, and it's the Superhero Entrepreneurs group. You guys know what group it is. I continue to help people build my brand, and just warm people up, because at this point they're cold traffic. And at this point they're getting warmer. They're in my group. I'm talking with each other personally. And this is how I made $14,000 off of 500 leads, because I took the time to nurture those leads. This was a several week process, by the way. So then what I did was I took videos of all my media appearances when I got interviewed on CBS, NBC, CW, even my article on Lead Pages. I just did a link to that. And actually that particular ad I did run for clicks, because the only point of it was to run it to the Lead Pages article, which of course I can't put my pixel on there or anything. That's their website. So that in that one instance, I ran a clicks campaign. I normally run conversions, and we'll be getting into that. We'll be getting into all that later. But I continuously showed everybody that hit my landing page and was on my email list videos of my media appearances. Why? Because if they're constantly seeing videos of me being interviewed on TV, and it says at the bottom, Facebook, Dan Henry, Facebook ads expert, they're going to continuously get used to me being this really important guy that gets interviewed on TV, or at least important enough to, be called a Facebook ads expert. So obviously there must be something to this guy. I got to look into this guy more. This gets them even warmer. Okay. So then after several weeks of this, okay, bouncing between these two, retargeting them, showing my results and my client stuff and all that in the Facebook group, eventually I take them through a 6-part email sequence, which I'll get into that another day, but I'm going to keep it in this one little box for now. 6-part email sequence. And this 6-part email sequence is actually the same email sequence I helped Nat Tucker when we did her course launch. And I think she made what, like 15 grand within the first 48 hours or something like that. It's a great email sequence. So I did this 6-part email sequence. And in this email sequence, I mentioned there were some free videos. And I had video 1, video 2, video 3. Now, if you watch video 1, or if you were on my list, but you didn't watch video 1, I actually ran a retargeting ad that pushed you back to video 1. I'm like, hey, you didn't watch video 1, watch video 1. And actually, I don't have room for it on this slide, but I actually ran another retargeting ad that if you only watched 25% of video 1, I pushed you back to that as well. Okay. So, you know, there should be double the slides in this section, but for the sake of space, I didn't do that. But so I had basically 2 each of these for each video. So if you didn't watch the full video, I said, hey, don't forget to watch the full video. And then I said, if you forgot video 1, meaning, you know, you're on my email list, but you didn't see video 1, hey, watch video 1. So I pushed people back to make sure they consumed that video. I did the same thing for video 2, and I did the same thing for video 3. And video 3 had a call to action to go to the sales page. The end of the 6-part email sequence also went to the sales page. At this point, I did a course open ad, which again was retargeting people that were on the list. Hey, the course is open. Sent that to the sales page. Right before the course closed, I did it. Hey, course is closing ad. Sent that to the sales page. I did a testimonial video of students from, you know, private coaching students and students from the very first launch, which was sort of like a test launch. And I showed that video and I pushed that back to the sales page. And then also, there was 3 plans for the course at this point: solo starter, pro certification, and live mastermind. If you went to the checkout page for plan 1, but you didn't actually see the thank you page, hey, you're all signed up, I would hit you with an ad that said, hey, I see you almost checked out for solo starter. Look, it's a great program. This is what it is. Let me explain it. Go ahead and sign up. And I sent that back to the sales page. I did the same thing if they went to the pro certification. I said, hey, this is what pro certification is. You know, finish checking out. And I sent that back to the sales page. I did the same thing with plan 3. Hey, you know, I saw that you almost bought this plan. Push them back to the sales page. So you can see over time, not only did I take people and get them super warm, got them used to me, but then I made sure they consume my content through retargeting ads. And then I pushed them all back to where I wanted them to be, which was the sales page. Now, to make, again, if I had a list of 5,000, I would have made several $100,000. But the way I run courses is I like to do them in phases. I like to do a coaching webinar, and I'll get into this perhaps later in the course, but I do a group coaching webinar offer, and I run that small, like to a list of like, I run it to like 100 leads. And when I did, I had 80 leads. I made like 4,000. Okay. And just to test the concept. So that worked. So then I'm like, okay, let me put this all together in a course, like an actual course, not a coaching webinar, an actual course where they can watch videos. And let me offer that, and I'll do 500 leads. So I ran it and I got 500 leads. And I launched to that. Boom. Made $14,000 off of that 500 leads. Now, I mean, you know, tell me that's a lot. You know, that's a lot of money off of that little of a list. A lot of people don't realize, they think that's impossible. But if you take the time to nurture your list, it is possible. So now that I know that that I like this funnel, I might adjust some things. You know, I think I'm going to adjust my freebie. I think my freebie next time, I'm going to do this sort of whiteboard thing. And I'm going to actually teach them some funnels. And then, you know, I'm going to say, hey, if you'd like to learn Facebook ads, I'm going to move them that way instead. I might change my webinar a bit and again, teach some funnels and then move it into the course that way. I'll try another thing. And the next time I'll probably launch to a list of maybe 2,000. And once I've narrowed it down to where I like it and it's minimal work on my part, people are signing up, then I'll spend like 10 grand in 2 weeks. I'll build a quick list of like 10,000 people and I'll make a buttload of money in one shot. Okay. And now I can relaunch that same course over and over and over and over and over and just make disgusting money. All right. So that's my process for courses, which that's not really the scope of this training of this course. I'm just sort of giving you an insight into that. Who knows? Maybe I'll make a course on course launches